you want to buy an off-roader, but you don't want to buy the obvious off-roader, so you're not getting a Jeep or a Bronco or even a Range Rover, but you could get this, the Lexus GX. It is the hidden off-roader in the Toyota lineup. I mean, I know if you're a Lexus fan or a GX fan already and you clicked on this video, you already knew about the GX. But right now, this is the most Land Cruiser that Toyota gets.
Lexus has completely reintroduced the GX 550 with more power than ever before and completely revised styling. And we got the luxury version first. That one was rolling on 21s. It did not have the adaptive variable suspension. And I remember not liking it very much. The Overtrail Plus is what we have now because Lexus already kind of thought about that. And it's so appropriate. And the first time I got in this, everything's changed. It's almost like a completely different truck.
Now, the luxury vehicle that's an off-roader, that is a rarity. That is something typically where you have to go with Range Rover. So if you don't want to spend Range Rover money, you can get this for $80,000. But I can do better than that. You don't have to spend $80,000 to get a luxury car to also be your off-roader. You can do what I did, and that is take an old first-generation Cayenne and make it into an Overlander.
I know that everybody has safariized and overlanded the Cayennes, and it's become this trend. But I'm wondering if it gets a pass because this generation was kind of overbuilt. It was designed to do so many things and do them well, and Porsche takes care of their cars for a long time. You can always get parts and service for all of their Porsches 50 years back or more. So does that make it actually easier to swallow? Is it more of an incentive to safariize your own $10,000 to $12,000 Cayenne?
So after moving on to a newer Cayenne as our daily family car, many of you asked us to off-road this, and I wasn't sure about it at first, but we put roughly $6,000 or so worth of stuff into it to get it to this place, and the result is maybe $15,000 worth of off-roader. Now, I will admit, we haven't really off-roaded it yet. A little bit, fire roads, but this is going to be the real test.
So we decided to drive to Moab. It's only 4 hours from Park City, so now we've got this interesting comparison on our hands. They're two different vehicles that aren't the typical rock crawlers.
Great cars, great roads, and all the reasons we love to drive.
Road trips, comparisons, test drives, and podcasts. This is Everyday Driver.
This feels ancient in compared to the Lexus. It's 14 years old and a little bit creaky and has, 167,000 miles on it.
100,000 of which my family and I have done together. We've covered this car on a long-term series. I've covered any and all maintenance issues. It's been surprisingly reliable. Now, expensive to maintain when it's needed stuff. That is the Porsche way. However, with regular maintenance, it's just run. There's been very few surprises in about 9 years of ownership with this vehicle. This one, with this many miles, with the amount of wear and tear it has on it, this is maybe $8,000 worth of vehicle. It's not actually worth that much.
If you look for Cayennes, you will find 120 to 160,000 miles. They're 10 to 12 grand. Dump another 5 into it. 3-inch lift, skid plates. Todd did not do the front and rear bumpers, but that's actually kind of compelling. It's affected the steering dramatically. It feels a little bit floatier. It doesn't feel quite as planted. This only has 32s, but still, both cars, V6s, 18-inch wheels, 33s on the Lexus, 32s on the Cayenne.
But the biggest surprise for me about this build is the fact that once I was done with this 3-inch lift and these larger tires that are almost 32s, I ended up with something with approximately the ground clearance of a Wrangler Rubicon, which my wife has toyed with wanting over the years. So once I accidentally ended up with a Rubicon in ground clearance, we came up with Rubicayenne, and then I got stupid with stickers, and here we are.
And something that has as good of on-road manners as that Lexus is interesting because it's still a Cayenne. Todd didn't even change the suspension. It is the stock suspension raised.
Being the base car with the simple suspension, this has no height adjustability. It's just higher now. It has 3-inch blocks in the suspension up front and actually subframe spacers in the back. I was actually concerned that doing this lift was going to ruin the on-road manners of this Cayenne, and I've been pleasantly surprised by how good it still is.
The ride on road is excellent. It's still very Cayenne-like. It still has a degree of sportiness to it, but you're just observing the sportiness from a much higher eye level. It seemed like Todd needed a reason to keep the Cayenne. And so when we talk about mods, it's very easy to mod out of class and dump too much money into a truck or car that would have been better suited to just save your money and buy the better, newer thing. This is modding to fall back in love with your car.
I like it because it's gained personality it didn't have. Before it was very nice, it was a good family vehicle for us, but it was kind of a boring Cayenne. A good, reliable, worthwhile, and got my wife very excited about Cayennes in general, but not that unique or fun. And something about this straightforward little bit of build, I don't know, has made this interesting again and much more fun than I ever expected. The main thing I can say about the ride quality of this versus the Lexus is just this feels a little tired. And it is a little tired, 167,000 miles worth of tired. But it isn't nearly as wallowy or weird as you would expect from a Bronco or a Wrangler. It's significantly more buttoned down.
It's actually quite astonishing to discover the Cayenne is unaffected by the 30-inch lift. It rides great. The steering wheel is a little bit off-center. It's been aligned, but you know what? Okay. It's got some off-road personality now that it never had before.
As part of this build, we reached out to our friends at Vredestein, and they gave me the Pinza AT, their all-terrain tire, that actually has the triple peak snowflake on it, so it can be an all-weather tire, and I can run it year-round. I'm very excited to see how these will do in the snow. It'll be the first winter with the lifted Cayenne in the snow, but they're all-terrain tires, so they should be great on the Moab Slick Rock. I'm looking forward to see what those are like. The other thing is that even with these power stop brakes, which are excellent, we've added unsprung weight and just more weight in general to this vehicle. So I have to be very aware of it on stops because it does take a little bit longer than it used to. That's a reality of doing this to the vehicle.
The 3.6 liter V6 in this is a base engine. It was used widely by Volkswagen Group. Makes 290 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque, which still, for an engine as low power as this, that's pretty impressive. Old, build it yourself, kind of get what you want out of it, versus a stock Lexus off the showroom floor for 80 grand.
This GX is a genuine luxury vehicle. The history of the GX was that it was the Land Cruiser Prado of prior generations of the Land Cruiser in the US, but you couldn't buy the Land Cruiser Prado. What Toyota's done is taken that lesser Land Cruiser, made it the cheaper Land Cruiser over at Toyota, and then taken this and give it a little more power and features than the Land Cruiser has itself. But they share a chassis.
This feels like the updated Land Cruiser to me. I mean, it kind of is. It's J250 in Japan and Australia. This one's almost $81,000, but it does have the KDSS adaptive variable suspension, a twin-turbo, very powerful 3.4 liter V6.
This is the only vehicle that carries forward with Toyota's kinetic dynamic suspension system. In fact, now it's the e-KDSS. So it's an electronic system that disconnects either the front or the rear sway bar. It can do it independently. The old KDSS system only did all of them at once. If you want the KDSS system in the modern time and the fully adjustable suspension and all of those things that were Land Cruiser realities, you're buying the GX.
On the road trip to Moab, we're headed south. Normal highways, high speed, and instantly this is the GX I wanted the luxury trim to be. It controls the body roll a lot better, and the 18s, the 33s, they absorb a lot more road imperfections. They take the bumps, they're taking the hits. This is the ride quality that I wanted.
I'm very surprised to be in something where the more aggressive off-road trim is actually the better one to daily. I would have expected the opposite, but because you got extra compliance out of the larger sidewall and the adaptive suspension, it's made this ride like a luxury vehicle. Now, interestingly enough, it doesn't ride that much better than the Cayenne.
3.4 liter twin turbo V6 making 349 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. This thing is powerful. The whole truck has this indestructible feeling. It has that conquer the world kind of invincibility that you want, and that is what's worth $80,000. And with the Overtrail and Overtrail Plus, it feels like the GX has found its true self and found who it really wants to be.
I'm surprised by how much the hood on this vehicle just flops up and down. It flops all over the place. It's like it's made of a napkin. I can't believe how much turbulence is moving this really flat hood.
From the driver's perspective, the hood flapping as much as it does over bumps. With the wind, it's deflecting the hood. That is not okay.
Of course, the Wrangler is the known item that people are going to spend, frankly, almost this much money on just to get into something they can drive daily that feels hardcore but can also go to a place like Moab, if they ever do it. But I am surprised at how much this can just be normal SUV. It does succeed at being very luxurious, low stress, very comfortable, plenty of tech. But you know, underneath, it's supposed to do a lot of fun things. It's supposed to really be able to rock crawl, so let's see.
Just got to the backside of Fins and Things in Moab. It's cool. So we went down on air pressure. I went down to about 25 on this.
I've lowered the tire pressure. I've put it in low range reduction and locking front diff. I know, the pressures are low. It's okay, you're gonna be fine, I promise. That buzzing needs to stop. It really hates that. How much am I gonna regret not being able to disconnect my sway bars? Paul's back there luxuriating with his KDSS.
I've got the center diff locked. I'm in first gear and sand mode, and it's just not an issue. Let's go straight. Ooh, it's designed to do this. Can I go through here successfully? Can I go through here? Ooh, easy does it. Easy, easy. Yes, I can. See, part of it, I want to get some speed, but then I, nail something in the back, and it's, probably not a good idea. Look at that. The Cayenne is practically scampering ahead of this thing. Oh, come on, baby.
Just steady state throttle. I don't have a lot of power in this, just the base V6. Hey, come on. There you go. Yay. Look at you. Whoa, hey, that hit something. That was not ideal. Okay, all right. Well, see how much you pay for that later.
Okay, the GX isn't scampering. It's kind of bashing its way along this trail. It's not having any issues. It's just, it doesn't feel light. Ugh. 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 This is a workout. Am I going to nail the exhaust? I think I nailed the exhaust less. I hope I don't tear it off the car.
But the clearance is actually surprisingly good. There's been a couple places where Chance has gotten out and spotted for me, and I actually did better than the Lexus. Don't tell anybody. I did better than the Lexus. The clearance on this is excellent. Watch, I'm about to scrape. You know it's going to happen. 15-year-old Cayenne. It's worth almost nothing. Oh, hey, now I hit something. There you go. That's what that's going to hurt later. I got to check on that in a minute. That did not feel good. This is why I got skid plates.
That Cayenne is so nimble. It just wants to go. Look at it. It's just sorting power. I love how there's road signs up here. Yeah, see these signs right here? They're all reflective, because apparently people do this at night, like idiots. See, look, it just climbs right up.
You got it, you got it. Oh, that's terrifying. Hey, drifting while climbing a hill is not really something I recommend. There was still counter steering. The concepts work, but that was not fun.
That is almost 30 degrees of angle. That's like 27 degrees. Ooh, hit the tow hooks. Good thing she's got some skid plates. All right, steady throttle, steady throttle. And she's up, just like that. All right. So that's what the underside of the Cayenne looks like.
A Jeep. Who needs a Jeep?
You know, there's the other argument that you could buy an old Rubicon. You could buy any Jeep, CJ, Rubicon, anything. But that just seems too easy. And then you wouldn't have a cool Cayenne SUV.
Granted, the Jeep would actually do this a little bit better, but it wouldn't drive home as nice.
I think people will take their GXs off-road and do this with it. It's almost every other SUV that people won't.
Who knew that I'd be driving a Porsche Cayenne off-road and feel like I was the one doing it old school?
I know people are asking. They're wondering, what are you doing up here in your shiny, fancy Lexus SUV? And the answer is doing the same thing you are. Having a lovely time. Good wheel articulation on this thing. It's so good. That is just impressive. 5,600 pound truck just driving pretty much straight up the rock. So I've got the cameras going. How handy, I can see what's coming. And when you're passed by the side-by-sides, you will feel big and lumbering, and the only difference is when I want to drive home, it's comfortable and quiet, and it holds a lot of stuff and people.
We're going to add this to the Hooked on Driving roster. Come drive fins and things. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're really not. Oh, I see. It's a slab. All right. Holy f***. I'm not sure which way to go here. All right. Yeah, got it. Got it. Is that me scraping or him scraping? All right. Okay, holy crap. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Everything's great. We're getting filmed by other people in UTVs that can't believe I have this back here. That's what's happening right now. Makes me kind of proud, honestly.
That tire was way in the air.
I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of that.
Stay as far left as I can here. I mean, how weird is this? I can reach out and grab the fin. Whew, I'm close. Both feet are on the brake right now, and I don't know if the rear end of the car is going to clear that drop off. What am I on? How am I doing? Still good? Ooh. Ooh, that's a bottom. Ooh, I bottomed out on something there. I bottomed on something there.
Some scraping's fine.
Okay, we're good. We're down.
I've concluded that that moment of breakover when you go from rocked back on one corner of the car all the way to rocked over on the other side of the car, I'm not used to that. That is still really disconcerting. It's like the biggest unexpected drop at a roller coaster. It has that same thing. But when you're driving, it adds an element of, wait a minute, is that my fault? And I'm just not used to that fall over at all. The breakover is very disconcerting. And somehow it's worse when I go that way. But when I'm rocking to the right here and I'm looking down that fender, it just feels like we're going to tip over. I know we're not, but it feels like it. Porsche and a Lexus went off-roading. That's the start of a joke. There's a tripod moment. Hey, look at that. Oh, hey, let's do both sides. Come on, sweet girl. Oh, hey. No, she doesn't like that at all.
That is different. Okay, what do we got here? I'm using my cameras. Okay. Ease into it. Good. Yeah, we're good. Ish. You didn't hear that. Nothing happened. We're fine. I think if this were mine and I had paid 80 grand for this, I'd have to come to terms with that. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. We're fine. It's all fine. Yeah. This section of trail, look at this. Oh my gosh. That tire is like squished. That's amazing. It was almost squished at into the rim. Holy cow. Cayenne, everyone. This drop over here on this side is gonna take the front and the rear of the truck off. So the path is straight through. Yeah, a little bit of throttle right there. Just be cool. Look at that. Just be cool. See, I've got wheel articulation right there where Todd stood it on its nose, the Cayenne on its nose. Easy, no sweat. No sweat. See, this is exactly what we thought. The Cayenne is clearing. The rear departure angle matters. And this is heavy. It feels, I kind of thought this would just conquer everything, no problem, but the Cayenne is proving itself. I've got crawl control, I've got multi-terrain select, and while those things are excellent and I need them, the Cayenne just seems to be unfazed. Now look at that.
How far am I going to drop?
Okay.
I am hovering right now.
There you go, hard left.
Hey, I'm tripoding all over the place. That's not what I expected today, honestly. Again, the biggest thing is I have done this very, very cheaply, and I'm thrilled and proud of that. However, of the two vehicles, this is the one I have to pay for brakes. The other one is a press car, so I mean, whatever, right?
Ooh. Sorry. I wonder if I bashed the, I think I bashed something. I think I bashed the steps.
This is actually really cool. Nerve-wracking, worried about braking stuff, still really cool. Cayenne has proven itself. I am pretty wowed right now.
Here we go. Todd and I have traded. I'm in the Cayenne now. The scampery little thing that seems to be dominating this trail. I do feel like I've got more ground clearance in this.
The Lexus. Let's try this one. Not only do I have the superior off-road latest and greatest technology for Moab, but I also have a cooled seat. Yeah, not something I really thought I'd worry about, but it is getting hot in Moab today, so why not? This has hysterical power, ridiculous power compared to the Cayenne. I am breathing on the accelerator and it is lurching forward.
It feels so much lighter. I mean, that Lexus, it's practically nimble. No wonder Todd was blazing up the trail. I'm impressed. This is on its original suspension and it feels tight still. It feels like this is what the car should be doing. Truck's just going sideways through the sand. That's awesome.
There's a strange juxtaposition when you drive this GX because compared to the Cayenne, it actually feels big. The scale of it feels enormous, but all of the inputs are so much lighter than they are in the Cayenne. The steering is single pinky finger light, even while off-roading. I mean, don't do that, but that's how light it is. The suspension is so loose with so much travel that this does wallow in a way that the Cayenne does not. Now, the KDSS and the disconnectable sway bars, that is a big factor.
Hey, we got a cool drop-off here.
There goes the Cayenne. Bye-bye.
Oh, it gets into slick rock. Ooh, good thing we got skid plates. And the car is screaming at us because of the low tire pressure.
Oh, that. I hope that was a skid plate because it did not sound good. I'm in crawl mode now. The Lexus is actually literally doing it for me.
Look, it doesn't have all the terrain control electronics that the Lexus does, and it's certainly not as powerful. I seriously thought the Lexus was just going to dominate, but it doesn't seem yet like it's got a leg up on this.
Lexus, tested in Moab. There's a tagline. That's marketing gold right there. Come on, Lexus.
Good morning.
This thing can make it, huh?
Yeah,
That's impressive.
it's awesome. It's really awesome. Not as fast as you are. There's a dog in a dog bed in the back seat. I've seen it all now. Ooh. Okay.
Yep, you're good. You'll clear everything.
Okay. Will the rear clear?
Should.
It's feeling good.
Oh, that sounds broken.
Move right here.
Okay. It's gonna be fine. Spend a lot of time pushing against the floorboard when you do this. That sounds broken, but I think it'll be fine. They're gonna cube this truck. They're gonna just completely destroy. It's a pre-production car. It's going to wind up in a little cube.
Right. Ground clearance. Ha-ha. Come on, baby.
I really like seeing the Cayenne kick up a wheel. And it's common, it's really common. Because it just runs out of suspension travel. This has a ton of suspension travel. It's so soft in this mode though. That helps. Yep, I'm hitting things. Go little Cayenne, go. I believe in you.
Oh, good. They're waiting for us.
We've attracted an audience again.
Should we go up that? Can we? That straight up?
We found a legitimate climb for the Cayenne. And so the conclusion was from Paul that I should drive my own car. So let's see what she does. This is a brutal climb. Here we go. Come on, little girl. Come on, come on. Come on. She doesn't like it. She's not happy. We had an audience and it worked. There you go. Just a little bit of a run up. There you go. I could tell.
Hey, it'll buff out. It'll buff right out.
Give me knuckles for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So I'm enjoying the fact that the people that have bought UTVs, which are very expensive, by the way, like more expensive than this Cayenne all in, they are astonished that we're out here and even more amazed that we can do obstacles. I mean, no question, the UTVs are better at it, but I drove this here just like this. I will drive it home just like this. I didn't need a trailer. I didn't have to spend $30,000 on a UTV. All in, $15,000, $16,000 Cayenne. I'm climbing up stuff. I'm making it happen. I mean, there's moments of sheer terror. I will not take that away. Moments of sheer terror have occurred, but all right.
We're good. Look at that little Cayenne just scamper up. I really like this Lexus. I am pretty impressed. Lexus, you shouldn't even offer the luxury version. This is what you need to do with it. Everyone in those side-by-sides were so impressed that the Lexus just went up the same thing they did in their Razors and side-by-sides.
We're in kind of the most iconic area of Fins and Things. Oh, this is narrow. Wow, okay. Yikes, that's like one wheel at a time narrow. Not a fan of that crossing. Okay, we're at the most iconic area of Fins and Things where you can see all the UTVs in the background of the shot. This is, you're driving along these spires, these spines of rock, and it's obvious where you're going because it's all black tire marks and white arrows if you really get lost.
I'm telling you, people look at this thing like, what am I seeing? A Lexus? But you know what? It's the Land Cruiser. They are not ready for us.
You don't have to spend all that money. You can do it like this or like that. I actually never thought we'd be the local entertainment, but we are. We've turned into the people that everybody else are watching.
Todd's got a great point. A $15,000 build for a Cayenne or a $30,000 Razor. Take your pick.
What I like the most about this is that a world of, let's see, Jeeps and UTVs and the occasional Bronco, I think I saw an old built-out Land Cruiser, we brought the totally unexpected luxury car options to Fins and Things in Moab.
Talk about your not obvious choices. The Lexus is very well equipped for off-road use. It has all of Toyota's Safety Sense electronics, but it also has the center locking diff, the rear locking diff, KDSS, adaptive suspension, skid plates, 33s on 18-inch wheels, and this is its natural habitat. It's almost like you know it's gonna do its thing. It's just sort of what setting do I put it in? Oh, and multi-terrain select too, so dirt and sand and mud and then custom modes. Just select a mode. You don't need a mode. Any of the modes will probably be fine because you know it's gonna be fine.
This is a base Cayenne. It just comes in mode. There are no modes to change. You can actually lock the center diff and the front locker. That's actually cool. That happens, but that came stock. Beyond that, it's got skid plates, a lift, bigger tires. These Pinza ATs from Vredestein have been pretty cool. Oh wait, that's the list. That's all it does.
And I admit, I didn't think the Cayenne was gonna do as well as it is.
I've been pleasantly thrilled.
I think it was gonna be pretty good, but I didn't realize that it would really match the Lexus. And you know the discussion is, you've seen us kind of bash the Lexus around a little bit, and are you used to spending 80 grand on a Lexus and then maybe getting it dinged or scratched a little bit, or you could spend 10, what do you have into this so far?
The cost of the vehicle
Buying
and the build to this point is maybe 15
I was
grand.
guessing 15, 18, somewhere in there.
Not even that high. It's more like 15, maybe 16 if I tallied it all. Yeah.
So there you go. You don't mind bashing it around, and it's doing everything that this is asked to do.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive. Now, there's a lot of comfort and amenities, and this you just kind of know it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
There's
agreed.
this assumption that, you know, the TRD, the Pro, the Toyota, the Lexus, it's the GX, it's the Overtrail. You know it's just gonna be fine.
Well, the tech has you here. There's a ton of articulation.
Yes.
There's a ton of movement. There's a ton of technology going on that just says, I got you, you'll be fine on the trail. And then this is a little bit like a roller coaster question mark of, I don't know what we're doing now, but it's gonna be fun.
So what we need to do next is a brand new Cayenne with an old Land Cruiser.
Holy crap, all right. So this is like the final climb out of fins and things, and I think if I can get up onto the ridge, I'm gonna be fine, but I gotta get up and over first.
Amazing.
I got it. Nothing to see here, I'm fine. This is why we're the entertainment, because we're doing stuff like this.
Amazing.
Good girl.
The Cayenne just did that. I am blown away. No worries in the Lexus, huh? No worries. That's what lockers do. That's insane.
The Ruba Cayenne name started as a joke, a genuine joke, and I've been enjoying the joke and it's been funny, but something about doing this adventure with this truck, I feel it's earned it. I feel it really is the Ruba Cayenne. It's all of the Rubicon capability of the Wrangler in a Cayenne. I'm very happy about that. What's the German equivalent of the Rubicon word? What do you have, Germany? Come on.
I am proud of us. I am proud of that Cayenne. I knew the Lexus could do it, and I really like it. But that Cayenne, old Cayenne, so there is the question to leave you with, not equal money, but equal fun? Is that what we've accomplished here? Ooh. I love the constant squealing, the constant burnouts. That's not a tire problem. That's the four-wheel drive system.
So as we finish this up, I have to pick my Cayenne as my favorite, but I'm surprised by that a little bit for a few reasons. First off, this was the Cayenne that had kind of lost me. It had gotten old. I've always hated the steering wheel. It's an interior I don't love from the day that we bought it, but it's been a great family vehicle. And then when we got an updated one as my wife's primary car, and we were trying to figure out what to do with this, I was over it, and I kind of wanted to get rid of it. And then doing the little things we've done has given this such a new life and a new personality. And now taking it here and watching it scamper and climb and be everything we guessed it would be and then exceed that, I'm kind of in love with this thing again. It has a real purpose now. It can be our bike hauler, but it can also be our off-roader. If we want to come down to Moab with bikes and then off-road, we can do all of the above. I'm so impressed with this thing right now. I have a new love for it because of this adventure, which I love it when that happens with cars. The only things about the Lexus that I miss when I'm in here are the obscene power of that Lexus and the cooled seats. I want to have windows down, cool seats running. When I did that in the Lexus, that was the play right there.
Meanwhile, this thing just lumbers along back here, no problem. It just goes right up. No problems. Toyota, you've built one heck of a new Land Cruiser. Okay, GX 550s for everyone. No, Cayenne's for everyone. I can't decide. Yes, it's gotten bashed. Thank you, Lexus, for sending this. Thank you for letting us bash around in your cool new GX 550.
We're out. We are essentially out.
It's tough.